All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Sunday here in the cave. It's a long weekend. Normally we would do Slow Down Sunday today, but I'm just not feeling that because we got that extra day off tomorrow. So we're going to forego Slow Down Sunday today. Sorry to disappoint. But we did take a little detour on Friday because of the Depeche Mode news on Andy Fletcher passing. So we're going to kind of pivot and back and do an Octane Sunday. How about that? You guys ready to be fired up? It's going to be a gorgeous day here in New England. Low dew point. Perfect temperature, sunny. Time to get out there. What are we talking about? First and foremost, went to the movies yesterday afternoon. First time I've been to the movies in a theater in years. And of course we saw Top Gun Maverick. Highly recommend. 97% score on Rotten Tomatoes. I figure with my plug here in the Rock Cave, Tom Cruise will finally get that $100 million opening weekend. Anything I can do to help. So good. Such a great movie. Go out and see it in the theater. It is well worth it. Trust me on that one. So what are we talking about today? What are we excited about? Well, also, first of all, this is an anniversary weekend of the US Festival back in '83. And I did an episode on this 2 years ago. It's one of my favorite episodes. So we're not going to rehash that today, but I will post that episode in the comments below because that's one of my favorites over the years. But what are we talking about today? I heard this song the other day and I was like, man, this is just so good. It's one of those songs you hear the first few notes and you're ready. You're ready to rock. And we are talking about the band Scorpions. Summer of 1984, August of 1984, they dropped this single, Big City Nights. A lot to like here. August 84, the dog days of summer before my junior year in high school. Saved by the Scorpions. This was off their record Love at First Sting, released at the end of March in '84. 4 singles off this puppy. Again, this was the third single preceded by Rock You Like a Hurricane, of course. They've stapled up. All their most known songs practically are on this record. And then Still Loving You, that ballad. So good. But then you come up with Big City Nights, probably my favorite song on this record. Never gets old. This is a good one. The riffs, the way it builds up, his vocals are spot on, and I don't know how you can't not turn this up when you hear it. It is that good. Again, this was their 9th studio album. They went into the studio and they actually had ex-Rainbow members in there on bass and drum. I don't know what the story is there. None of the stuff they did together made it on this record, but what were the other cats doing? I don't get it. I gotta hear more about that. But the other thing of note on this album is it's one of the first digitally recorded metal albums ever. Remember, that was a thing, switching over from those analog tapes to digital recordings. Remember, you pick up those CDs and you see digital recording, DDD, digital, versus analog digital, the ADD code on the back. The cover, Helmut Newton. If you don't know who Helmut Newton is, famous for his provocative black and white photography. That's his picture there on the cover that he took. Of course, controversy. Remember controversy about covers, and it was always Walmart. Walmart was always banning covers, right? Of course, they didn't like this cover, so they put out a different version at Walmart that had just the band cover on it. But this was not their first foray into cover problems. They had the guy who did pretty much all or a lot of the Pink Floyd covers, Storm Thorgerson. He did a few for them. He didn't do this one, but he did Animal Magnetism, which was a lot of blowback on that one, and Love Drive with the gum incident. Anyway. So they had a history of provocative covers before this. Remember, they're coming off of Blackout, that 1982 album with No One Like You, with that crazy video with the guy in the insane asylum with those forks covering his eyes. So, but this record was their peak. I mean, as far as albums concerned, this is what put them over the top, and this just was huge. They were huge. They became a huge band. Of course, they had other hit songs after that, and then people loved that song, Winds of Change. I was not so much of a big fan of that one, but this is what really made them huge stars. This one went to number 14 on the mainstream rock charts and number 76 in the UK on their top singles. But As far as records are concerned, the one that followed this, 1988 Savage Amusement, I did a whole episode on that. That's probably one of my favorite, that's might be my favorite Scorpions album. That one has tons of great songs on it, but they're probably considered all deep cuts, but that one was pretty amazing for a record. If you haven't heard Savage Amusement, you should check that out. But we're doing Big City Nights today off of Love It for a Sting. Like I said, a lot to like here. Just one of those songs you just turn up, you play it, it's so good, loud. That's what you're playing today. You're doing Scorpions, Big City Nights. It's almost like I can't even say it without singing it. Big City Nights. Love this song. Hope you love it too. Enjoy this one today. Play yourself some Scorpions, whatever you're doing today. I hope it involves music. And as usual, catch you on the flip side.
A big city, a big